Taking time. Good to be able to talk with you.
All right, John.
Yeah. What can I tell you?
Okay, John. How long have you been in this industry?
Well, how long?
Yeah.
I've been in the industry since about 1973 or 4.
So more than 50 years?
Yeah,
Almost,
I know.
That's cool. And how did you get into that?
Well, it's kind of, like always, it's a little bit of a long story, but actually, a friend of mine from South Africa told me about a company in Minneapolis, and that company was looking for a European director. I was living in Denmark.
Wow, Denmark.
Yeah, I would live in Denmark for 10 years, and of course I speak Danish. But the interesting thing about it was that they really needed somebody to work the European market. The company had inherited a group of licensees. And so I went to Minneapolis, where this company was from, spent about 4 months, and then just got back in the plane and flew to Spain, actually. I had a number of partners. I wanted to see this company inherited by accident, basically. A number of European partners, and the greatest thing was I was going to do a workshop in Spain about interpersonal communication.
Wow.
And then I was going to travel up to Denmark, where my office is going to be. And the interesting thing about it was that I learned a lot on that trip, especially things that you shouldn't do when you're talking to partners.
Like what?
Well, when I got to Madrid,
Yeah.
I discovered there were 2 partners. Each thought they were exclusive partners.
Oh.
And
Did
they
you
were on
have the meeting
opposite.
together?
No, they weren't living together. Very much different. They were living. The bull ring was here. The bull ring. One was on this side, and the other was on the other side. So my job, turned out, was to go between them and try to solve the issues that they had. But one was a woman, a Swedish woman who married a Spanish guy and was living in
Madrid?
Madrid, and she was the type who would get on the bus to drive to the clients.
Nice.
So she was a real worker. The other guy was a
typical
Spaniard who had a nice desk and a beautiful office and was very polite, etc. So they were. So my job there was to settle that, see if I could, after doing the workshop.
So basically you were applying what you are teaching.
Yeah, and then I flew to Switzerland. There were 2 there, same kind of issues.
Same thing.
Then I flew to Denmark, and there were...
So they were like still they stay as partners, knowing that they are not exclusive and stay in the same market. So they're competing with each other.
Yeah,
You settled that.
In that particular company, yeah.
Okay.
Then we went to Denmark, and some from Sweden and Norway came, and the Danes, and they were all unhappy. So I inherited a lot of unhappy people from this company, and so that was the start of the career. And so the good thing was I learned a lot of things you shouldn't do. Yeah.
That's a good learning.
Yeah, it was great learning. Really great learning.
And failure is okay. Is it?
Failure is okay. No problem with failure. It's a learning experience. But, so that was it. And then I learned again when so luck plays a lot of things in life. So I learned from the American president of this company. Came to Europe, so we were going to visit different people. And we visited a guy in Belgium, a guy named Felix Liani. And Felix, we had a conversation at a hotel, and the American president, after the conversation, gave Felix a flag of the company. And that was quite nice, right? Nice gesture. 2 months later, 2 months later, the bill for the flag showed up.
Oh.
So Felix decided not to work with us. Then, of course, I went and a couple of years later, I formed Persona, right?
Oh,
And then I went back to see Felix, and he decided to work with us,
okay.
with me, and he grew the network. One of the big break was he met this American guy, didn't like him, but he liked
Oh,
him. So.
okay.
And the big break
Okay.
came in the Persona is that Felix was able to sell the communication program to IBM in Le Hoop at their training center in Belgium. And Felix, the group that was being trained was 25 country managers. And they liked the program.
Good.
So they went back to their country
They say we want
and
it.
they introduced us to a lot of
That's
companies.
the ripple effect.
And that's how we got really going in Europe. So that was some
Success
ways luck,
story.
but it's
It's not luck, it's a preparation as well. You were there at the right time, no?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was the right time. And going back and seeing him, Felix,
Yes.
2 years later, worked out fine. So that's one kind of break.
Now, a lesson for our young, listeners is the fact that you did not, like Phillips went, and you kept the connection.
Yeah,
You
always.
did not, yeah. And that connection helped you 2 years later. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And I
so
decided,
sometimes we take connection for granted, don't we?
some people do,
Yeah.
but I don't.
Good for you. So what else you want to tell?
What do you
our
want me to
audience?
tell about?
Just a general advice, life advice.
Well,
Like from your
I think
own-
we had a little conversation the other day, and one of the key things is the same thing her mother told her, or her grandmother.
Mm.
God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, and you should use them appropriately. Listen to people first, and understand
good
that people
lesson.
do things not based on what you need, but on their needs. Yeah. Try to understand and empathize with people. Life's not perfect, and neither is business, but try to find out
Have good
how
faith
you can
in
create a
others.
win-win situation for everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Really pleasure to
My pleasure,
have a
too.
chat with you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Hope you
Here
find
we
something
go.
interesting.
Yes, there is so many jewels in here. Take care.